Hello guys, so today we're going to follow up on passage 3 of Cambridge 5 and test 1. So let's get to it. As you can see, here we have the title. First thing we do is always read the title, The Truth About the Environment, and read the first paragraph. For many environmentalists, the world seems to be getting worse. They have developed a hit list of our main fears, that natural resources are running out. Let me just make it a little bigger. Natural resources are running out, the population is ever growing, leaving less and less to eat, that species are becoming extinct in vast numbers, that planet's air and water are becoming even more polluted. So it's about the environment. Let's have a look at the types of questions so we can decide which one we're going to start first. I think we can start from yes, no, not given questions. You guys don't forget that whenever we deal with yes, no, not given types of questions, we have to make sure, do the following statements agree with the claims of the writer? Okay, let's have a look at first question number 27. Environmentalists take a pessimistic view of the world for a number of reasons. I think that pretty much sums up what I said. For many environmentalists, world seems to be getting worse. Okay. Yes, based on this answer, we can just say, and there are reasons for that. Our answer will be yes. So here we go. Next, data on the Earth's natural resources has only been collected since 1972. Okay, guys, keywords. Make sure we understand. Data on the Earth's natural has only been collected. Okay, but a quick look at the facts shows a different picture. First, energy and other natural resources have become more abundant, not less. Okay, first, energy and other natural resources have become more abundant, not less, since the book Limits to Growth was published in 1970. Okay, well, based on this information, we cannot decide if it has only been collected since 1972. Maybe it is, but we cannot solely decide based on this statement, because you guys make sure not forget that you cannot go off topic. So answer will be not given. Okay, moving on. The number of starving people in the world has increased in recent years. Okay, starving people increased recent years. More food is now produced per head of the world's population than any time in history. Fewer people are starving. Okay, fewer people are starving. So it is no. Next. Extinct species are being replaced by new ones. Extinct species are being replaced by new ones. Let's have a look at this. Okay, secondly, fewer people are starving. Thirdly, although species are indeed becoming extinct, only 0.7% of them are expected to disappear in the next 50 years, not 2050, as has so often been predicted. And finally, most of the pollution either appear to have been exaggerated or transient. So far, third, species are indeed becoming extinct, only 0.7% of them expected to disappear. I don't know if they are being replaced or not, so being replaced by new species. Well, no, only like a few of them. That's a bit challenging, but we're gonna go for O, like no, 100%. Some pollution problems have been correctly linked to industrialization. Some pollution problem. Okay, some have been directly related to industrialization. So often predicted. And finally, most environmental pollution either have to be exaggerated or are transient. What does that mean, transient? Okay, associated with the early phase of industrialization. So some of them are associated with the early phases of industrialization. Okay, guys. Question number 1, or let's call it this. 27. 29. 30. That means yes. Our extinct species are being replaced by new species. Now, sorry guys, this is not given. It would be best to attempt to slow down economic growth. Therefore, best by not restricting. So it would be best not to stop it. Okay. That will be no. Yes, not given. No, not given. Yes, no. Now, multiple choice questions, okay? So we have to, in multiple choice, you have to be really careful. You have to use either elimination method or you can just easily get the right answer. What aspect of scientific research does the writer express concern? So he's worried about in paragraph 4. Let's get to paragraph 4 first. First paragraph, second, 3, and 4. 1 is the lopsidedness built into scientific research. Scientific funding goes mainly to areas with many problems. That may be wise policy, but it will also create an impression that many more potential problems exist than is the case. Okay, lopsidedness. Lopsidedness, we know that like one is bigger than the other. Two side, one is bigger than the other, built into scientific research. Scientific funding goes mainly to areas with many problems. That may be wise policy, but it will also create an impression that many more potential problems exist than is the case. If I understood that correctly, what does the writer want to say? Need to produce results. No, he doesn't agree with that. Oh, let's choose this one. No, a lack of financial support. No, the selection areas. The desire to solve every research problem. Selection of. He's concerned about the selection of areas to research, or does he concerned about the desire to solve every research problem? So he's concerned about the selection area. 34. Writer quotes from the Worldwide Fund for Nature to illustrate how. Okay, it's a key word. Secondly, lopsidedness goes mainly to areas with many problems that may be wise policy, but it will also create an impression that many more potential problems exist than is the case as a result. Okay, so I think selection of areas, yeah. Now, secondly, environmental groups need to be noticed by the mass media. So they have to be noticed by the mass media. They also need to keep the money rolling in. Understandably, perhaps, they sometimes overstate arguments. In 1997, WWF for Nature issued a press release entitled, 2/3 of world's forest is lost forever. The truth turns out to be near 20%. So they exaggerated. They exaggerated it, okay? Make sure you guys like watch that once again after that. Influential the mass media can be. It's not about influential, it's about lying. Effective environmental groups, no. No. Okay, they can sometimes exaggerate. What's the writer's main point about lobby groups in paragraph 6? Paragraph 6, let's go for it. This is paragraph 6. Though these groups are run overwhelmingly by selfless folk, they nevertheless share many of the characteristics of other lobby groups. That would matter less if people apply the same degree of skepticism to environmental lobbying as they do to lobby groups in other fields. A trade organization arguing for, say, weaker pollution control is instantly seen as self-interested. Yet a green organization opposing such a weakening is seen as altruistic, even if an impartial view of the control in question might suggest that they are doing more harm than good. So it's about criticism. Some are more active. No, it's not about active. It's about criticism. Right? Okay. No. Yes. It is C. The writer suggests that newspaper print items that are intended to. Now, next paragraph. Let's read the next one. Third source of confusion is the attitude of the media. People are clearly more curious about bad news than good. Newspaper and broadcasters are there to provide what the public wants, however, can lead to significant distortions of perception. An example was America's encounter with El Nino. This climatic phenomenon was accused of wrecking tourism, causing allergies, melting the ski slopes, causing 22 deaths. However, according to an article in the Bulletin of the American Meteorological Society, the damage it did was estimated at $4 billion, but the benefits amounted to $19 billion. Damage was, but the benefit was 19. These came from higher winter temperatures, which saved an estimated 850 lives, reduced heating costs, and diminished spring floods caused by meltwaters. So pretty much, as you can see, they don't want to educate readers. They just want to meet their readers' expectations. Yeah. Now, last one. What does the writer say about America's waste problem? America's waste problem, let's have a look at it. Fourth factor is poor individual perception. People who worry that endless rise in the amount of stuff everyone throws away will cause the world to run out of places to dispose of waste. Yet, even if America's trash output continues to rise, as it has done in the past, then even if the American population doubles by 2100, all the rubbish America produced through the entire 21st century will still take up only 1/12,000th of the area of the entire United States. So their waste problem isn't as it was suggested previously. It will increase. No, it will not increase. It's not. It has been reduced through public awareness. It is not as important as we have been led to believe. It's only significant in certain areas of the country. Okay, let's go for it again. People worry that endless rise in the amount of waste disposal. Yeah, even if America's trash output continues to rise, as it has done in the past, even if American population doubles, all the rubbish America produces through the entire will only take up 1/12,000th of the entire United States. So it's not as important as we thought it would be. Now, let's have a look at this, global warming. Okay, guys, I finished the whole paragraph up until this part. That means I'm going to get the rest, and I will find all the answers here. Now, let me read it. What about global warming? As we know, carbon dioxide emissions are causing the planet to warm. The best estimates are that the temperatures will rise by 2 to 3 degrees in this century, causing considerable problems at a total cost of 5,000 billion US dollars, despite the intuition that something drastic needs to be done about such a costly problem. Economic analysis clearly show it will be far more expensive to cut carbon dioxide emissions radically than to pay the costs of adaptation to the increased temperatures. A model by one of the main authors of the United Nations Climate Change Panel shows how an expected temperature increase 2.1 degrees in 2100 would be only diminished to an increase of 1.9 degrees. Or to put it another way, temperature increase that the planet would have experienced in 2094 would be postponed to 2100. So this doesn't prevent global warming, but merely buys the world 6 years. Yet the cost of reducing carbon dioxide emissions for the United States alone will be higher than the cost of solving the world's single most pressing health problem, providing universal access to clean drinking water and sanitation. Such measures would avoid 2 million deaths every year and prevent 500,000,000 people from becoming seriously ill. Okay, once again, it's crucial that we look at the facts if we want to make the best possible decisions for the future. It may be costly to be overly optimistic, but more costly still to be too pessimistic. So look at that again. Considerable problems at a total cost of $1,000 million. It will be far more expensive to cut carbon emissions. Yeah, it will be expensive then to pay the cost of adaptation to the increased temperatures. A model by one of the main authors of the United Nations Climate Change Panel shows how an expected temperature increase of 2.1 degrees in 2100 would only be diminished to an increase of 1.9 degrees. Or put another way, temperature increase that a planet would have experienced in 2094 would be postponed. So Ryder admits that global warming is a but says that it will not have a catastrophic impact on our future if we deal with it in the right way. So I would say it's more like a long-term challenge, but it will not. If you do it in the right way, everything's going to be all right. If you try to reduce the level, okay, now I'm going to have to just make sure that we chose it. If we try to reduce the levels of greenhouse gases, he believes that it would only have a minimal impact on rising temperatures. He feels it would be better to spend money on the more pressing health problems. That means more urgent, like pressing, Now, ADI. So now we're going to have to, it's a long-term challenge. Make sure we check it out once again. In this century and considerable problems at a total cost. Shouldn't that something drastic needs to be done about such a costly problem? Economic analysis clearly show it'll be far more expensive to cut. Yeah, it's a long-term challenge. It's we cannot say we have only like not surprising, not personal, and that's it. Okay, guys, let's remember the answer so we can check it right now with you. Yes, not given. No, not given. Yes, no. This one is CDCBB. Okay, let's have a look at the answers. Okay, we got it. Last one. Yes, not given. No, not given. Yes, no. C, D, C, B, B, E, D, I. E, D, I. Okay, we got one incorrect. 38, or was it correct? I forgot. I think it was correct, right? There's no way I might have made a mistake. Why did I? Oh my gosh. You see, guys, I just chose E, but I just wrote A. How stupid I am. Other than that, BB, C, DC, BB. Everything else is correct. Okay, guys, watch it once again to get a more idea of how we do it. So I'm going to now start discussing and analyzing other reading topics. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. I will be uploading more reading videos. I got 9 in the reading section of IELTS, so make sure you guys follow all these things. I will try to teach you the best and easiest way to deal with all problems in reading. So can't wait to see you guys next time.